Hi guys, I hope you are well. Thanks for coming and watch this video with me. I haven't been filming for a while because I've been quite busy with work, with my new job and everything, and basically I just got some time to film now. So basically what I wanted to show you today is the new 100% pure fruit pigmented water foundation, the latest foundation release that 100% pure did. I'm really sorry, I'm just like maybe catching a cold. And so yeah, the shade that I've got is Warm 2.0, which is a fair warm shade. That's where it is, the shade name. And this is the actual foundation with the pump. I've used quite a bit. I mean, not that I really like it, but you will see. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do prime on half of my face and no primer on the other side of my face. So what I've got now on is just my Hint Beauty SPF 25, I think it is. So yeah, let's get to, this is the luminous 100% pure primer. So I'll just put like this amount here on my right, the right side of my face. Let's do that. So I hope you can see as usual, because I don't know, I don't have a viewfinder, so I don't know really what I'm doing. But and I just tap the primer as well, rather than just rubbing everywhere, because I don't want to move the SPF underneath that much. Okay, I need a little more for the half of my forehead, so I'm just taking a little product. And I like this pump because you can actually customize the amount that you like to use, rather than just having a big splash of product, So basically I'm just like doing this half. And this is a luminous primer with vitamins and antioxidants. I've done a review of this primer on my channel if you're interested. So yeah, you can check it out if you want on I've got a few playlists of like skincare and foundations. I think the primer will probably be in the skincare playlist if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's get to shake this thing. Obviously, this foundation, it's very hard to find samples. I kind of had a good guess in guessing my shade, but yeah, there's not that many. At least when I bought this, which is like about I think I bought it on Black Friday, or Cyber Monday, around that time of the year last year. So it wasn't there wasn't that many swatches around to understand really my shade, but they have cool, warm, neutral and olive undertones. They have quite a few shades available, which is quite good for a natural brand. I don't remember the deep shades going too deep. Maybe there was like a couple of deeper shades, but it could be improved to be luminous. I think it's full coverage, light dewy finish, but I don't find that these claims are really true, because on me it's not full coverage. I would say it's a light to medium coverage, and is not dewy. It's like more of a satin matte type of finish, soft matte type of finish, I would say. So at least that's on my skin. I have combo to oily skin, so I tend to have like combination skin on my, you know, my forehead and nose, and drier skin here on my cheeks. So yeah, let's get to basically, I think I've shaked this enough, hopefully. So I want to use like a damp sponge on one side. So maybe I'll do the damp sponge on this side that I haven't primed, just because I have the luminous primer on this side, so I don't want to be too luminous on this side, so I want to kind of balance it out if possible. So, and then I've got another cute sponge, looks like it's a snowman type of sponge I got as a gift last Christmas from one of my friends. So I'll be using this dry on this side where I've got the 100% pure luminous primer. So let's get to do the damp sponge side first. So let's pump this bit. This is only one pump of product, hope you can see it well. So I think it's a good shade match for me, but you may be able to tell. So basically I will try and see if you can see. And I've got a lot of redness on my cheeks, although I'm using a product nowadays that is kind of helping, is skincare type of product. Yeah, let's just put all of it down. Okay, so let's get to do this. So yeah, it's absorbing a lot of product, as you can see. It is absorbing a bit. Maybe I should have zoomed you in. Yeah, I hope, I don't know if you can see, but it's not, in my opinion. You know, it didn't cover the redness. It's just like, it seemed like it soaked up a lot of foundation, this damp beauty sponge. So I'll try and build it up, but I think I'm wasting a lot of product. And I got this foundation with the store credit that I had from Naturismo, so at the end of the day I only paid £9 for it. But yeah, that is that. I mean, the ingredients are fantastic, but I don't really think this foundation is that good, at least for me. But yeah, we'll try and build it up. Especially I need to build it up here where my redness is, and my chin as well. And I can tell you the other times that I've tried it, I've used my fingers. I didn't use the sponge, and I've tried the brush, but it left too many brush strokes. I didn't like it. I mean, I need to use a lot of products. Now, I'm not gonna use this sponge to build up my, you know, my cheeks. I'm just gonna use the fingers, see if I can get a bit more coverage, because it's just not, it's definitely not full coverage, and it's not buildable to full coverage. Maybe it is kind of buildable to a medium coverage, I would say. But then this foundation, it goes into my fine lines, So I mean, if you don't have fine lines, you will be fine, but with me, I'm just like, it is what it is, you know, having mature skin. It's just how it is, really. Got fine lines now, so most foundation tend to go into the fine lines, except for my Ilia True Skin Serum Foundation. That doesn't do that. So I don't know if you can see anything. Can you still see the redness? So I think this is kind of 2 layers, because the you know, it didn't really, it's very sheer coverage. So I think the one with the fingers worked much better. So I'll leave it as is. I don't want to build it up more, because I don't want it to look cakey or splotchy, you know, patchy and stuff like that. So I will just leave that as it is. So as you can see, the shade match I think is pretty good with my neck, and I haven't noticed any oxidization on me with this foundation. I mean, my forehead doesn't look like has any foundation at all, if you can see, but yeah, it's just like, let's go and do the other side of my face with let's try the dry sponge. I'm not sure how much is going to absorb, but we'll see. So that's the amount that I'm gonna use for the right side of my face. Yeah, best of luck to me. And here a little bit. I mean, I don't need too much on my forehead, but okay. Okay, let's get to blending with the snowman and see what happens. So there is a little bit of you know, absorbing on the dry. Let's see, this is the wet sponge, Nabla sponge, and this one is the snowman. What do you think? Let me know in the comments which one you think soaked up the most product. So yeah, I think definitely this side is a bit more matte with the dry sponge, but yeah, let's try and build it up, but I'm not sure what's happening. It's got some, it's picking up my SPF and it's doing these annoying bubbles, not bubbles, but like, you know, it's coming off, it's like rubbing off. That's not good. It didn't do that with the damp sponge, to be honest, so I think I'll switch with this one. I don't know why it's happening. It's probably because it's just a dry sponge that's picking up the product below, so I'll just underneath rather. So yeah, well, let's sorry, but that didn't work, so I just have to use this damp sponge. Was not the plan, but you know, it's absorbing a lot, as you can see. It's not ideal. I'll do it with my finger, you know what, let's just do the building up with my fingers, because I think probably this foundation is best applied with fingers. I used it a few times, but I'm battling. I still don't know if I like this foundation, and now it's doing an annoying thing of just like you know, doing that bubble or little thing coming off, pieces of SPF mixed with foundation coming off. So I don't know, it's not ideal. I just want to dry a little bit and see if I can build this up. But yeah, I don't know if I like this foundation. Probably I don't. I think the first time that I've applied it, I applied it with my fingers and it wasn't looking too bad. I was actually quite happy with the first try, but then when I tried it other times with the same products of skincare underneath and the same, you know, still with the fingers, it didn't, for some reason it didn't look that great. So I don't know why that was. Just put in more product. Wanted to see if it covers my my darkness here under the eyes, but doesn't seem like. And it goes into my fine lines, which is quite annoying. So I think if you have oily skin or combination to oily skin, this is probably good for you. If you have dry skin, maybe you can still use this foundation, but you need to probably moisturize really well to make it, if you don't want it to look too matte or a soft matte, if you don't like, if you like more of a dewy finish. But I wouldn't say this is for mature skin, to be honest, because if you've got fine lines or wrinkles, this one does set in there, and then it kind of gets cakey as well as you try and build it up. So this is how it's looking. It did wear all day. It didn't really come off, separate, anything like that, but it's not a foundation that I like. Probably a bit more than the Healthy Skin foundation in terms of shade range, and the fact that the Healthy Skin foundation just like gets really orange on me and this one doesn't. But yeah, I'm not too keen on this foundation. It does set down. I can actually say that I don't feel any tackiness, so it's really good for that. I don't like foundations that stay tacky and I need to powder a lot to make them set and not transfer. This one doesn't really transfer, I found. Do is then I'll finish the rest of my makeup. I've got just mascara on, and this is the Lash Domination Volumizing Mascara Bare Minerals. So this is how it looks like. It's not bad, but it's not that great either, because it doesn't really curl up my lashes. Actually, I don't need to curl up my lashes. Usually it's just it makes them more straight instead of you know, following the natural curl that I've got in my lashes. So I don't like this mascara for this reason, but this is only a small sample size because I've never tried this before, and yeah, it's Intense Black, that's how it's called. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll finish the rest of my makeup and I'll show you later on how the foundation looks like, but it tends to last a good 8 hours more or less. So I mean, it depends. If you powder as well, it may last longer. I will leave it as it is. I'm not gonna powder it because I don't want to be too matte looking, so I'll just put maybe some bronzer, highlight, and that's it, you know, nothing else. But I'll show you, I'll do a check-in maybe later on towards the end of the day, maybe one or two, depends, it depends how the day is going, but I'll see what I can do, as I need to meet some friends in the afternoon later on, so yeah, we'll see if I can get to do 2 or at least 1 check-in for sure, if not 2. Hi guys, it's me again. I'm just coming back here to let you know how the foundation did. It's been probably after 9 now, it's about 9:30, and I've applied this foundation around 11:30, something like that. So as you can see, this is like my lines. It does accentuate my wrinkles quite a bit, this foundation. It rubbed off my chin, so it's kind of disappeared in my chin. It looks, I don't know if you can see it, but it's kind of quite dry and patchy here in this area, kind of dry looking on this area, and I didn't set the foundation at all. Kind of got a bit shiny on my nose, as I usually get quite oily there, and on my forehead as well. I don't know if you can see it, there is light, but I don't know, it's not too bad, but it is a bit oily, and you know, again, it went into my wrinkles here on my forehead. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know what the best way of showing you this is, but yeah. So basically I just put this you know, CYO shimmering bronzing brick or something like that. So kind of that is the shine from there, but I don't know, it looks really makeup-y and not that great overall. So it's a pass for me. Unfortunately, this foundation doesn't look that great on my maturing skin. Maybe if you have like younger skin, might be a good one. So anyway, this is it. I'll wish you a nice evening and great weekend, everyone, wherever you are. Thank you. Bye.